Welcome, YouTubers, fans of tabletop gaming, and those especially interested in Warhammer 40k Space Marines. This is kind of like a two-part thing. I want to say first off, thank you for those who have subscribed to the channel. Very, very cool. And then the update is I've added a new Dreadnought. I've painted him up. Still have a lot of details to do, but also I've added stickers to my Dreadnoughts and tanks, which I'll be showing you here. And basically, I've still got some, work to do, like on this one, the iconographical heraldry thingy there, the blessing, whatever, and touch up the dagger, and then the insignia here, and on this one as well, and then on the legs. But they're in the process of getting repainted to where I want them to look. But so I've pretty much designed them as, well, background history, I guess, would be best to say that these guys were part of the 8th, I don't know, what would you call them? What would be an 8th part of a Legion? Brigade? A battalion? I don't know. Anyways, that have been stuck in an alternate universe or alternate timeline or whatnot. Basically, they're kind of pre-Horus Heresy. And yep, you noticed it right there off the top. That is an Iron Warriors decal right here. And on their arms. So basically, since there's a rift or rip or tear, or whatever you want to call it, of chaos through the galaxy, these guys broke free and are now coming back from their pre-Horus Heresy, when they were the Legion of Iron Warriors, coming back into the current future and wondering what the heck is going on. So I wanted to show you this update for this paint job here. And also, I've talked in other videos, I think I mentioned it in my terrain video, how I recycle materials for terrain. Now this is an old one that I did probably, man, it was an idea I had. Man, I must have been 12, 13. I was heavy into HO trains and layouts and stuff like that. And if you buy an HO train layout, you get that coal car that has that plasticky pile of coal in it. Well, I wanted something that was very granular, very dark, and looked like coal. So I used coffee, and that's what these are, coffee grounds. Now, of course, you're going to drink the coffee first, take the coffee filter, and then dump it out onto a paper plate and let it dry for about, I'd say 24 hours, and then take a fork or a toothpick or whatever and break it apart because it's going to dry in a clump. It wants to coagulate. And then let it dry out a little bit more if there's still some moisture. And the smell of the coffee disappears, and you're left with a really cool dark brown base that, if you don't add something to it, is almost boring or just too dark. I mean, it's freaking coffee in the first place. So what I did is I added the tufts of green, and then I took an orange wash and ran it over spackling. I let the spackling dry, or wall filler, depending on what country you're from or where you're at. But in America, United States, and probably in Canada too, they call it spackling. It's designed to fill in the holes in your walls. But you let it dry out, and you put it on wax paper. Let it dry out and do thin little layers. That's probably maybe 1/4 of an inch to maybe 10 millimeters thick. And then you break it apart, and there you go. And that's how you get the orangish look for the stones. And ground coffee gives it a nice dark look. I think it looks pretty decent. Kind of helps set the green tones a little bit. But anyways, let's do the tanks, show you the tanks. You've all seen the tanks in other videos that I've put out. This is my command tank, which I'm thinking about trying to find a larger antenna, a bigger dish than this, and have it, facing another way, since I've got two kind of poorly stuck in the same direction. But anyways, decals. So I'm adding decals to the fronts of them, showing different variations of battles they've been in. being that this is my communications tank. That's why it's got the skull thingy here and the bird thingy there and the little, you know. But anyways, and I got to figure out, I think I might have to spray them when I'm completely done with a flat mat to get rid of the shiny parts of the transfers or the decals there. But there's that one. Let me take that off. And then I'll put on this tank, which is another Rhino. I've added some stuff to it. Yeah, that is a Chimera fuel tank. Toolbox from Imperial Guard, and a Lehman Russ toe chain there. But once again, 8th. And some of these will have reoccurring stickers that match to show that, you know, they were in some battle or whatever, and that was one of the tanks that survived. And oops, sorry about that. And then the numbers represent the number of the tank. So like, this is tank number 818. 4126. Next tank. This was the Razorback. I'm looking for a bunch of heraldry, iconography type stuff, you know, to add to the tanks to make them look like they're crazy heavy duty. Yeah, I know that doesn't go with, it's designed for, I think it's Blood Angels, but I thought it looked freaking cool, so I stuck it on this tank. But, you know, there it is. And nothing else added to that one. And then the last one, let me move this over here real quick. The last one here is, of course, this tank. You've all seen. I classify this as my Predator tank. There's the skull again. And so basically, that's what I've done. Let me put them all on here so you can see them. Tanks on parade kind of a deal. See if I can get that to work. Move fatty over a little bit. There you go. And get this guy in there. And there we go. So basically I've added the decals to the tanks. I've added the new Dreadnought, which I'll pop him there. Ta-ta. And this one over here. Army on parade. It's a merry-go-round. But you can see that, you know, this guy's got a skull and the red triangle and the yellow lightning bolt thing there. It's got the skull and the white arrow. This one has the white triangular thing, square from Imperial Guard, and a little white skull, different pattern here. This one has the number 8. Here's the white skull, the red, and the triangle, different circle. Dreadnoughts, blue and yellow square, and the little skull. Just to try to correlate that, yeah, if you look at the iconographic stuff here, the little insignias, that like this one and this one served together in that war, and the blue and yellow square served with the blue and yellow square of this one. So kind of, you know, puts it all together and try to, you know, make it look more like a cohesive unit. But anyways, that's the update for Space Marines, and the big thank you for those of you who subscribed to the channel. Appreciate it. That's it for now. I'll have more coming up soon, so stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, yeah, give me a thumbs up. That'd be kind of cool. If not, that's all right. No big deal. Anyways, out of here. You guys have a great day. Hope this inspired you in some way, and I will talk at you later. Bye.